All right. Well, my cam's not up. 1 second. Doo-doo-doo. I don't know why my camera does this. Every time I do OBS, I have to plug and unplug my camera. Oh! I don't think that's it. Where is it? Maybe it's this one. Okay. See if that worked. Oh, excuse me. Yo! Alright, yep, there I am. Let's minimize me a little bit. There we go. Howdy! How do you do? It's your boy, Crimson Jockey. Oh, back at it again with another live stream. And I've got some music playing in the background, so we're going to see how it sounds. If you guys can hear it or not. How do you do? It's your Crimson Jockey. Okay, yeah, you guys can't really hear my music. With another live stream. Let me turn it up some. And I've got some music playing in the background, so we're going to see how it sounds. If you guys can hear it or not. Okay, yeah, you guys can't really hear my music. Let me turn it up some. Check, 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 check. Okay, yeah, you guys can't really hear my music. Check, 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 check. Okay, that sounds good. All right, so yeah, we're just gonna continue deck building. I have, as soon as I start live streaming, of course, is when people start messaging me. I recently just rebuilt my Decidueye deck, which is bracket 4, but I mean, honestly, this deck is like really trash. So it kind of relies on the game changers. And like, honestly, the best game changer here is probably Aura Shards. Like, the tutors are good too, like, because they deck thin and they fetch what you need. But Aura Shards is really strong. I really like it. And I see why it is a game changer. But yeah, so we did this deck. I fixed this deck earlier today. Oh, let me play my music again. There we go. So I fixed this deck earlier today, and some other decks that I was looking to build. Proxy Commanders, Daredevil, I feel good about. Cloak and Dagger, I feel good about. Hyrule, I do need to fix this. Because I have one extra card here, because I have this Decidueye standing in for Ohabi, which is already in the deck. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Yeah. So let me like move this to sideboard. Same thing with this sideboard. There we go. So, and honestly, I could remake this deck. That could be what we work on for now, because there's some better white, green, and blue stuff that I just wasn't aware of before that we can use now. This deck for Link, I want to be a mix of like some of the stuff I'm running in the Decidueye Ohabi deck, and then a couple stuff that I'm running from the Cloud and Nijila deck, because it's equipment, but it's also elves, and so that's kind of the gist. So I guess we can rebuild this a little bit. What I like doing when I rebuild is I make a copy of the deck, then I put it on my other tab. So I have the original here. Oh wait, is my camera not working? Oh, nope, my camera's just gone. Alright. I guess we'll just do it without my camera today. But I like having the original deck on one thing, on one monitor, and the one that I'm building on the other. So the one that you guys see is the one that we are building. So let's, not import, or not export, we want to import. So let's just reset this, and we will start this deck from scratch. So, but Galia, or Gallia, however you say it, is my commander. This is going to be the stand-in for Link. So, and what I like about it is Vigilance, Elf, Knight, White, Blue, and Green. You may cast Aura and equipment from the top of your library. When you cast an equipment this way, it can auto equip, which I like a good bit. That's pretty cool. So, that said, means we're going to run some equipment. But before we do, let's go ahead and get some of our staples. That would be Forest, Plains, Command Tower, Path of Ancestry. And I'm kind of like mixed on Exotic Orchard, because like it's, at the very least, it makes a waste mana, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, like it can, you can run Exotic Orchard, or you can just play a regular land. You know what I mean? Like, because at the end of the day, unless your opponent is playing the same colors you're playing, the mana you're using is kind of irrelevant, right? So, or it could be a dual land or whatever else. So, I'm kind of mixed on Exotic Orchard. I mean, like, I'm not denying it's good and it has its uses. I just don't know if I need them. So, Soul Ring. Hold on, I'm getting texts. Alright, sweet. Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Benders, Water Skin. I like this because it taps for any mana and it untaps during the opponent's turn, which means that you could use it for instants and stuff. Chromatic. Okay, and then some ramp. Farseek, Cultivate. Is Nature's Lore the one that just adds a forest? Yeah, it is. We'll hold on that one. 3 visits. Oh, that one also just adds a forest, doesn't it? Yeah. Okay, let's hold. I already did Cultivate. Already did Farseek. Cycle of Renewal. I really like. And then I don't know. I could run 3 visits or nature. Oh, Kodama's Reach. Plains, Island, or Mountain. So this grabs anything that's not a forest. So it grabs a plains, basically. Or an island, which is good in this deck. Okay. What about Rampant Growth? I think that one was one of the just grab a forest, right? Spell. Oh, that is not the card I thought it was. That's a custom. Yeah, here it is. Oh, for a basic, enters tapped. Okay. What about Nature's Lore? Forest, not tapped. That's good. Probably the same with 3 visits, if I had to guess. Yeah, okay. Alright. One thing I know that we're gonna definitely need is, what's the tutor that searches for artifacts? Oh, Enlightened? Okay. Yeah, we'll take an Enlightened Tutor. So we can search our equipments. And then I guess we need to add... So here's the thing. I want this to be like... If I can fit elements of some other like Legend of Zelda characters in, then I'll do that. But mostly it's going to be like an elf equipment kind of build. So let's clear. Let's search for elf and equipment. See what comes up. Just Gallia. Okay. Well. Alright. I guess let's just go from the equipment perspective. What are some, like, equipments we need? We'll add Bloom Tinder, too. Because him being able to add 3 mana is really nice. Cloud, Midgar Mercenary is great for equipment stuff. Pure Still, of course. Stoneforge. What is SRAM? Whenever you cast an aura, equipment, or vehicle, draw a card. That is good. We'll do that. SRAM, Senior, Edificer. Arden is a staple. Denitha? There's 2 Denithas. There's one that discounts my equipment, and another that lets me cast from grave. Oh, both of those are good. Alright, we'll add both. Denitha. And Caption Paragon. Yep. Let me change the art on this. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Whenever it enters the battlefield, you may put an aura equipment from hand. Oh, and attach it to itself? That's actually not the card I was looking at. This says from hand or graveyard on the battle. Oh, so this just lets you play equipment for free. That is good. Okay. And then this one's a discount. I think I like those two, because I was going to add new Benalia's Light, but I feel like very rarely do I actually get equipment in the graveyard. So we'll keep those. Let's see. Okay, I'm just looking at the original deck, and honestly, this isn't bad. Just, most of this is white. I guess I will get my white equipment staples up and running, and then we can do more of the other stuff, the more elf focused. This really is just a bunch of white. It's really funny. Okay. And then this is going to be our Zelda. This is our Zelda. This is Galadriel. Yeah. Okay. So I guess there isn't any green elf equipment. So half of our stuff can be white equipment and the other half can just be elf support, I guess. Which is an interesting way of actually building this. I don't know if I like it. Let me pull up my Decidueye deck, because I ended up getting some good elf support there. Decidueye. Let's see, okay. Ooh, yeah. How could I forget Mirari's Wake? Such a good card. like too many for each creature and or enchantment. This is tough because I'm comparing it to my Decidueye deck, and I want to add more artifacts, obviously, because this is an equipment deck, which means I'm not going to run nearly as many instants or sorceries. I feel like the bulk of it's going to be my artifacts. So, I guess let me get the equipment out of the way. Let's see what, well, I don't know. Just some good equipment I can think of off rip is, Sword of the Animist, Genji Glove, Helm of the Host, Sword of Feast and Famine, and then probably Power Fist. And then for some like on-brand stuff, Hero's Blade, Lightning Greaves, Swiftfoot Boots, Galadrim Bow. I like Bow of Nylea too. We'll add that. There's another bow that I like. It's in my Decidueye deck. Hunter's Bow. Hunter's Bow. I'm gonna skip this one. We'll skip that too. There. What did I just add? Oh, Hunter's Bow. Bone Savers. Lothorian Blade. Okay, so as far as my equipment goes, I've got about 12. I kind of like that. It's a good number. Oh, actually there is one more. Handy dandy grappling hook, because we are playing as Link. So, it's very fitting. Alright. See. Gift of Immortality. That goes with, like, the, reincarnation thing. Oh, Kindred Summons would work good in Decidueye, actually. Not so much here. We'll play Eladamri's Call. Oh, I need islands too. Yeah, duh. Okay. I kind of like this so far. Let's start adding our elf stuff, I think. I don't need that. So let's let's go into here. Clear. Let's look for elf. And let's just see what we get. Oh, okay. Well, I guess or. I guess let's also do price descending, because then it shows the most demanded cards on top. Echo, during your next upkeep. Okay, when it comes into play, put 4, okay. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. Then if this is the second time this ability resolves, until you reveal an L, put it in your hand. Okay, it's not bad. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do Eladamri as well. We'll do Arvin. We'll do this. Marl. This is great. I don't know why I'm not finding these cards to play in my other deck, because this Joraga Warcaller would be pretty useful in Decidueye. It's not an archer, but still elf support, which is also what I'm running in that deck. Oh well. Ooh, Bright Glass Gearhulk is also going to be important. Whenever another elf enters, you gain... Yeah, we want that. We'll do Joraga. We'll do that. Ooh, this would actually be interesting. Whenever this enters the battlefield or attacks, each player secretly votes for a player, then those are revealed. Each player draws a card. Each player who receives a vote may put a permanent... Okay. All green creatures you control. What a legendary creature, elf druid. Okay. Okay. So, instead of elf, let's look for equipment. Alright, Stoneforge, Cloud. elves get 1/1 and Forest Walk. Elves cannot be the target of spells or abilities. I guess it includes mine, which would nullify my equipments, so I'm not going to play that actually. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, add 1 mana of any color. Then if this is the second time this ability has resolved this turn, reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal an elf or elemental card. Put that card into your hand and the rest in the bottom of your deck in any order. That's fine. Okay. So I guess I can play some blue stuff here. I believe Solve the Equation adds me an enchantment or a sorcery, is that right? Instant or sorcery. Yeah, I'll still play that, because I can get any of my instants, which are pretty good. Alright, what are some blue instants that maybe have to do with equipment? Blue instant equipment. Choose target creature you control and target equipment. To gain control of that equipment until end of turn, attach it to the chosen creature. When you lose control of that equipment this turn, it's attached to the creature you control. Okay. Return target creature to its owner's hand. Gain control of all auras and equipment that were attached to it, then attach them to another creature. So I like Fumble. I want to know if it works like Stolen Uniform, where essentially if the cards I steal, the auras and the equipments, can I reattach them even if I own them and I'm not taking them from the opponent? I feel like that makes like a worlds of difference. Otherwise I wouldn't really think too terribly much about it. There's another tutor. Is it Idyllic? What's Idyllic tutor? What's this one do? Enchantments. Put in your hand. So, Mirari's Wake isn't bad at all. I really do like it. And Aura Shards. Yeah. Okay. What else? Maybe Natural Order. This lets me play a creature for free, which is kind of big. It's a very big deal. Okay. What about some blue creatures that deal with equipment? Oh, no, blue. Yeah. Blue, white, and green, I guess. Okay, only one. Okay. Not really a whole lot of blue here. Kicker. When it enters the battlefield, if it was kicked, gain control of target artifact with mana value X or less. If that artifact is an equipment, attach it. Modified creatures you control can attack as if they didn't have Defender. Okay, that's really bad. During your turn, Sun Spider is flying. When it enters, search your library for an aura equipment. Reveal it, put it in hand. That is a 4-drop. That's wild. When Spider enters, put a 1/1 on target creature. Whenever a modified creature you control deals combat damage, draw a card. This creature is flying as long as it's modified. Alright, yeah, these Spider cards really aren't that great. Okay, well that was creatures. What about, instants? Ooh. Deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control plus the number of equipment you control to target creature. I like that. That seems very Zelda-y. Okay. Well, maybe this is the part where we start adding, white removal and some other things. I think I like this. Yeah, let's do this. If it's not your turn, you may exile a blue card. Counter target non-creature spell. If you control the commander, you may pay this without counting. Mana drain. Is this card banned? It's not banned, and it's not a game changer. That's wild. Okay. Counter target interrupter enchantment. Can only counter spells and target a permanent you control. Okay. Choose one. Exile target artifact or enchantment. Okay. Search your library for a creature or land, reveal it, put it onto the battlefield tapped if it's a land, otherwise put it in your hand. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control, it deals damage. I mean, that's great. Why haven't I found that before? Like, that would also go really good in my Decidueye deck. Oh, I'm adding that. I mean, and I might even put that in my Miles deck, too. I probably will. 1 second. Archdruid's Charm. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Let's see. Counter target spell, its controller can't cast spells this turn. Okay. Let's look at some removal. Swords to Plowshares. get rid of... Let's get rid of Bow of Nylea. And... solve the equation, and we'll get rid of Idyllic Tutor as well. It's not necessary. Okay. So let's add let's look at some tri-lands. So those three, nice, okay. And then did I do that wrong? Oh yeah. There we go. We'll do that one. And then white and green. Oh, that's just not a thing. Oh. Well, that wouldn't be blue, I suppose. What? Add. more basics. I like having at least 2. Well, we'll do... Yeah, we'll do the 2. That's fine. We'll probably get rid of... one of the tri-lands. Green and blue will keep. Green and white will keep. I feel like we can get rid of white and blue. And that one. Okay. Maybe fumble. And then... we'll get rid of Galadrim Bow as well. Okay.
I feel pretty okay with this. I feel like it could be buffed around some other spots.
Like my removal. Protection. It's not really all that protection, but my removal, farewell. Grappling hook isn't really removal. I mean, I guess so. I would separate counters and removal, because like I know counters remove by nature, but I don't know. Coming from Yu-Gi-Oh, you would categorize those differently, as like something that negates versus which is counter, something that negates versus something that destroys. But okay, that feels okay. All right. I can get rid of this copy deck now. Deck settings.
Alright, well, arguably a shorter stream for today. I got some things that I gotta do this afternoon. But was still fun. I think the next deck that I'm going to work on building is this Clive deck, which is mono red, and I think this is going to be very interesting to build because I haven't made a mono deck yet, and red's my favorite color. So, and basically all of my decks are green in some form or fashion, except this one. Like all the other decks I like playing: Miles, Cloud, Sonic, Aang, Decidueye, Daredevil. I guess Cloak and Dagger is black and white. Yeah, so mono red I think is going to be next. It will. But anyways, guys, thanks for watching. That's about it. So I will talk to y'all later. Peace.